Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video. In case you are new here, my name is Sarah and this channel focuses mostly on videos about Japan, as well as cooking videos. If this sounds interesting to you, don't forget to subscribe for more upcoming videos. Today I'm going to show you how to make Karē Raisu, a popular Japanese-style curry with rice that's true comfort food. So let's get started. These are the ingredients. You will need half an onion, 1 carrot, 4 potatoes, meat of your choice. I'm going for chicken breast here. 2 cups of rice. I would strongly recommend using Japanese rice as it has a neutral flavor that goes just perfect with the curry. I know it can sometimes be hard or expensive to find Japanese rice in other countries. In those cases, you could swap it for other types of brown grain rice, like risotto rice for example. And most importantly, Kareru. Karē means curry, and Ru comes from the word roux. There are different brands of Kareru available. I would recommend vermin curry for the best flavor. But if you want to save some money, golden curry would be a less expensive choice. First, wash your rice. Washing the rice is an important step to get rid of unnecessary starch and dirt for the best tasting fluffy rice. Add enough water and cook as usual. If you are interested in a video about rice, just let me know in the comments. Peel your vegetables. If you don't mind, you don't really need to peel carrots. It's totally up to you. Chop the onion into wedges like this. Chop the potatoes into bite-sized pieces. If you want that authentic curry look you might have seen in anime, you should cut your carrots using this technique. Your carrot pieces should be about the same size as your potatoes. Heat up a large pan or pot. Drizzle some olive oil and spread it out. Add your meat and let it fry for a while. If you're vegan or vegetarian, you can use firm tofu instead of meat as your protein choice. This is optional, but I like to add some pepper at this point. Flip the meat as soon as one side has turned golden brown. You don't need to cook the meat completely through. You're just looking for some nice color and roasting aroma here. Set the meat aside. We will add it back later to keep it juicy. If you skip this step, you will end up with dry meat. In the same pan, add your onions, carrots and potatoes and let everything roast. You can also add a splash of water at this point to deglaze the pan a bit. When your onions start to turn translucent, add enough water to cover the vegetables. Cover with a lid and let it cook until the potatoes are done. In the meantime, I can show you what the curry cubes look like. One package usually comes with 2 small plastic containers of Kareru. On the back, you can see how many cubes are in one container. You can easily break the cubes into individual pieces through the packaging. The amount of Kareru you need depends on how much water you add to the curry. The more often you cook this dish, the better you will get a feeling for how many cubes you usually need. If you are unsure, it's always best to start with 1 cube and add more later if needed. Your rice might already be cooked now. You can fluff it up using a rice paddle for easy serving later. Check the potatoes to see if they are already done. Add your Kareru. I will use 2 cubes for this amount of curry. Stir well and let the cubes dissolve into the broth. The more the cubes melt, the thicker the sauce will become. If you added too much Kareru and the sauce is getting way too thick, just add some water. And if the sauce is too thin and tasteless, you might need to add more Kareru. Pretty simple, right? You should end up with a consistency like this. When you stir the curry, you should see the bottom of the pan, but the sauce is still really smooth and not too dry. Your curry is almost finished. Add your meat back to the curry and stir well. Let it cook for a few more minutes. In the meantime, we can already serve the rice. I will fill up 1/2 of the bowl with rice. Japanese rice is fluffy but also sticky. It's easy to build a small wall of rice with it, so the curry and rice stay separated and don't mix into each other. I personally hate it when rice is completely swimming in sauce. I love it when it's separated, and I have the choice whether I want to mix it with the sauce or not. But how about you? Just let me know in the comments. Fill the curry into the other half of your bowl. Be careful so the rice stays beautifully clean for serving. Your curry rice is finished now and ready to be eaten. It looks really delicious already, right? But we can even take it to the next level. For some crunch and pickled flavors, I like to add some Beni Shoga as a topping. It's a special type of pickled ginger, but it tastes completely different from the one you might know from eating sushi. This one isn't spicy at all and also not sweet. The taste isn't loved by everyone. My husband, for example, doesn't like it that much. He says it somehow tastes like soap to him. It might be like coriander. You either love it or hate it, nothing in between. But it definitely adds a nice pop of color to the dish. If you have prepared some Onsen Tamago in advance, you can add some extra protein and impress everyone with your cooking skills at the same time. I will link my short video on how to prepare onsen eggs for you both. It's easier than you might think. This looks like an absolute end boss now. Wouldn't you love to eat this? Using Onsen Tamago as a protein source and skipping the meat can also be a budget-friendly version if you're a student but still a gourmet. Just look at this beauty. Now we have the fluffiness of the rice combined with juicy savory curry, creamy eggs and crunchy pickles. Playing with textures in your dishes is key when it comes to the perfect mouthfeel. If Beni Shoga also tastes like soap to you, you could add the crunchy side salad instead to round out the meal. An ice-cold glass of mugicha, Japanese barley tea, is also a perfect fit, especially in summer. You can easily freeze any leftovers, so it's great for batch cooking too, since it's also one pot meal. Let me know if you have ever tried Japanese curry rice and how your experience was. I hope you can try this recipe out. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you next time. Bye! Nothing left I could say.